Hi, my name is Mindy Donald, and I interviewed a literacy coach about the importance and what she's doing in regards to literacy in the classroom. Her actual job title is Literacy Coach Coordinator for the K through 6th grade in our district, and I asked her about what literacy looked like in the classroom. The first thing that we discussed was literacy training. And the first thing she mentioned was the Lexia Core 5, which is for K through 5. After I dug a little deeper into it, I found that it was an explicit, systematic, personalized learning program for the 6 areas of reading. It was designed to meet the Common Core and helps differentiate learning. It's used on the iPad, which our district has, K through 5. It gives immediate feedback on those foundational reading skills. The other thing that we discussed were the different interventions that they had focused on, and they did this through the summer last year. About midsummer, I guess it was July, she said they all got together, she and some of the K3 teachers, and they made an actual intervention bank. And the bank deals with fluency, decoding, vocabulary, comprehension, and phonemic awareness. And all the teachers have to do, it's a Google document that's shared with all of the teachers in the district, and they just have to go to the document that's labeled fluency, and then they can scroll through that and find which one of the interventions will best fit those students in need. One important topic that she and I discussed was the Iowa Department of Education and the Early Lit implementation. And we discussed that there was a list of approved assessments that go along with what's being done for readers K3. The Early Lit implementation. We also discussed the intervention. There's a list of improved interventions on the Iowa Department of Ed site, and all of them must meet a certain criteria. One of the interventions that hasn't quite met the criteria yet, but is going to be resubmitted, she said, was, it's called 95% group. And after once again I dug a little more into what it was, I found out that it's actually a lesson plan format and has a guide for creating explicit phonics lessons. It was made by a team of consultants that are experts in literacy instruction, and she believes that's going to be one of the best interventions that they have to use at the K3 level. They also have LETRS, LETRS, which stands for Language Essentials for Teachers of English and Spelling. This isn't an actual intervention, but what it is professional development for teachers in spelling and language. What this all boils down to is that the implementation of interventions deal with this new Iowa code that states schools must implement research-based research-based reading instruction, universal screening and reading K3, progress monitoring, the summer program for those that are still deficient, and our school is really working to implement that at this point. Needless to say, all students must be proficient in reading by the end of 3rd grade. Also assessment, we discussed STAR Early Literacy. We discussed the FAST assessment program, which she said has really strict, very high benchmarks. And she showed me a breakdown of the students in different grades and how they came to the conclusion about which students would need further diagnostic assessments so that they could dig even deeper into what issues they might be having. And then they report to parents if there's a deficiency, if they show substantial difficulty in reading, and then there's more explicit reading instruction, there's intervention, There's classroom time devoted just to reading, possible summer school or retention. And this all, once again, deals with the new Iowa Code where all students read. As for curriculum vision in K through 6, the school uses Journeys, which is aligned with the Common Core. All of the teachers are using this, and she makes sure that they are. She said the best part of the Journeys is that the scope and sequence doesn't allow for any gaps as long as the teachers are teaching what they should. She has not implemented any literacy training at this point. She's just started this year. But she is doing literacy walkthroughs. She does informal 10-minute walkthroughs in each classroom, offers immediate feedback afterwards. She's attempting to add to their toolbox of literacy. She said that she's slowly pushing herself or guiding herself into the classrooms, offering advice, willing to help them in any way she can to make sure that literacy is in every classroom. So this concludes my interview that I had with the literacy coach in our district, and we discussed literacy and what it looks like in the elementary classroom.